Good morning, world! It's a new day, and today I'm taking you through it with me. I've kept a journal since I was a teenager, but about a year ago I started doing something more structured. 3 pages every morning, longhand, stream of consciousness. It's from a book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It's technically a 12 weeks program to recover your creativity and silence your inner critique. I'll be honest with you, I've started it twice. The first time I made it to week 4 and then, life happened. This time I'm at week 3 and I'm actually determined to finish it. I think I genuinely lost touch with my most creative self. First when I chose a degree I didn't really care about, and then when I worked in corporate until I completely burnt out. Years of that does something to you. The spontaneous, playful part of me went quiet somewhere along the way. I chose to leave all of that and join an art academy at 30 from absolute zero, and I don't regret it for a second. But recovering the most free, instinctive version of myself is still a work in progress, I must admit, and the morning pages help with that. After journaling, I do 20 minutes of meditation, which has helped me to be more present in my daily life. Otherwise, I try to do some movement, but I have not been the most consistent recently, and it's definitely something I have to work on. After having breakfast and getting ready, at 9:30 I'm normally at my desk. Every morning looks a little different here. Some days it's pure admin, emails, planning, scripting, the unglamorous backend of content creation. Other days it's editing, which is what I'm doing this morning. I'm finishing up the next vlog going up on YouTube, and if you're not subscribed yet, go do that. It generally helps more than you think, and I'd be forever grateful. Content creation takes so much longer than it looks from the outside. People see a 10 minutes video and don't see the hours of login footage, the edits, the caption you rewrote 4 times. I love doing it, so I can't complain, but I want to be honest that this is real work time, not hobby time. And then there are the mornings I get to paint or draw instead. Those are my favorite ones. Yesterday was one of them. I worked on an alla prima self-portrait from life. I don't get to do much alla prima work, as at the academy we mostly work on building up transparent layers, but it's definitely something I'm drawn to, so when I'm at home I take my time to experiment. I think that to work alla prima you need to have super solid foundations of structure, forms, values, colors, and so on, and since I've started drawing and painting only a year ago, my results are not always the best yet, but that's exactly what experimentation is for, right? These kind of mornings are really important for me to have fun and go a bit outside of the academic rules, not to get stuck too much with one single method. Do you do it too? It's 12:15 and it's time for lunch. I eat early because the academy is on the other side of the city. It takes me about an hour to get there and classes start at 1:30, so I have no time to waste. And in fact, it's time to go. But no worries, I'm bringing you with me. few minutes early, I'm finally at the academy. I love my academy and its amazing space. And you know what I also love? The smell of graphite, oil, drawings that invades you as soon as you enter. I wish you could smell it too. On model days, we always start with quick sketches. 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, half an hour of them before the long pose begins. I love this part. It warms up your hand, loosens your decision making, forces you to be fast and imprecise in a way that's actually really good for you. I would never skip them. After that, the long pose. Same pose held for 2 weeks. Last week I worked on the drawing and the grisaille. This week I'm into color and skin tones. And right now I'm in a very specific rabbit hole, skin tone mixes. I've been testing different combinations, sometimes leaning more reddish, sometimes more yellow, vermilion instead of burnt sienna, yellow ochre instead of Naples yellow, and I recently switched to lead white and it's been a revelation. It barely touches the chroma of the other colors and layers beautifully. What do you use for skin tones? Drop it in the comments, I'm genuinely curious. The little breaks between poses are one of my favorite parts of the academy. A quick snack, a few minutes with the girls, a bit of feedback from the teacher. It sounds small, but it's actually part of what makes this feel so different from studying alone. There's a real community here, and I didn't expect to love that as much as I do. I could honestly live here. "4:30 and class is done. I'll keep working on the model painting in the next few days, but now it's time to dedicate a couple of hours to my personal project. But first I need to refill my palette with some colors and some new mixes. I normally use Michael Harding or Old Holland paints, they are my absolute favorite. And this is my very first painting, a double self-portrait, oil on canvas, built up in transparent layers. I've been talking about this painting in my vlogs for months because it has generally taken me a while. Transparent layers means slow layers. There's no rushing it because I'm taking the time to learn. But I think I'm finally near the end and there is something strange about finishing your first real painting. Part relief, part terror, part now what? We'll see. And now we are at the least glamorous part of any painting day, cleaning the brushes. I hate it, but I'm also obsessed with keeping my brushes in a good state, so I take my time and do it carefully anyway. And in fact, they are still in perfect shape after a year of use. I think today I've been productive, managed to progress with both the paintings I worked on, so I'm in a really good mood. However, now it's time for goodbyes and go home. That's the day really. My studio, academy, 2 hours on the metro and somehow it's midnight. I left corporate to have days like this. And most evenings, tired as I am, I still think it was the right call. If you're on your own version of this, a late start, a big change, something you weren't sure you were allowed to want, I'm glad you found this channel. Subscribe if you want to follow the rest of the journey. And good night, beautiful people. I'll see you in the next video.